Let's talk about learning Chinese characters. For a lot of people, it feels like this impossible mountain to climb. But what if I told you there's a secret formula? A kind of system that could unlock thousands of them, not through endless memorization, but through simple logic. Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into.
Seriously, think about that question for a second. The old-school way of learning, just staring at flashcards, trying to brute force thousands of complex drawings into your brain, it's just exhausting. But here's the thing. There's a much, much smarter way to do it.
That's right. It's not chaos. There's a system hidden in plain sight, a master key that fits the vast majority of characters. And once you see it, everything changes. You stop seeing a jumble of random strokes, and you start seeing a beautiful, logical pattern. You're not memorizing anymore, you're decoding.
And here it is. This is the secret formula. It's this elegant two-part system. On one side, you've got what we'll call the sound buddy. This part gives you a huge clue about how to pronounce the character. And on the other side, you have the meaning radical, which, you guessed it, hints at the character's meaning. You just put them together and boom, you unlock the character.
Now, this isn't just some clever little trick I made up. This is a core principle of the language. The official, kind of nerdy term for it is a phonosemantic compound. Thousands upon thousands of characters are built this way. So, you know what? Let's put this master key to the test and see it in action.
Okay, let's meet our first sound buddy. This is Ching, and it's pronounced Ching. Now, back in the day, this character wasn't just blue or green. It really represented the vibrant color of nature itself. You know, fresh plants, a clear sky, that whole essence of vitality. Just try to keep that sound, Ching, and that natural feeling in your head.
All right, first test. We're going to take the water radical. See those three little drops on the left? And we're going to combine it with our sound buddy, ow. So think about it. What kind of word has to do with water and sounds something like kring?
And there you have it. The answer is Ching, also pronounced Ching, and it means clear. It just makes perfect sense, right? You get the meaning clue from water and the sound clue from Ching, and together they give you the character for clear water, or the idea of making something clear.
Okay, let's do another one. We're going to keep our sound buddy ow, but this time we're swapping out water for the sun radical. So what word do you think we get that's related to the sun?
This combination creates Ching, pronounced quing, super close to our sound buddy. With the sun radical giving us the meaning, the whole thing comes together to mean sunny or clear weather. You know, a beautiful, bright, cloudless day. The logic is just so simple and elegant. It really shows you how powerful this formula can be.
All right, you ready for our next sound buddy? This one is Fang, pronounced Fang. Now, this character has a core meaning of square, direction, or method. Fun fact, it actually came from a picture of an ancient farming tool they used to make perfectly straight lines in the fields. So what do you think happens when we combine this idea of a defined shape with its Fang sound, and then we add the radical for a door or a household? Come on, think about a defined space inside a house.
You get Feng, pronounced Feng. The door radical tells us it has something to do with a building, and our sound buddy gives us the pronunciation. And together, they give us the character for room. See, you could totally start guessing the meanings of brand new characters already.
Okay, let's move on to our next key component. This is Bao, pronounced Bao. This character by itself means to wrap or to enclose, and you can almost see it in the character's shape, can't you? It looks like something is being held or contained inside.
So let's use the formula again. We take the hand radical, which pretty much always signals an action you do with your hands, and we combine it with our sound buddy, bao, which means to wrap. So what's a wrapping action you do with your hands or your arms?
Of course, you get bao, pronounced bao, and it means to hug or to embrace. The hand radical points to the action, the sound buddy gives us the sound, and the meaning that comes out of it is just perfectly logical.
Let's try one that's a little more metaphorical. We're going to bring back our trusty water radical and combine it with bao to wrap. Now, what on earth could it mean to wrap something in water? You get pao, pronounced pao. This character can mean bubble, which is kind of like air being wrapped in water, right? And it also means to soak, which is when you wrap something completely in liquid. It's just a fantastic example of how this formula can work in both the literal and more figurative way.
Okay, let's look at our final sound buddy for today. It's this simple one, gong, pronounced gong. This little character means work, labor, or skill.
Think of it as the foundation for anything related to craftsmanship or putting in some real effort.
Now, for a really fascinating one, what do you suppose happens when you take the radical for silk and you combine it with our sound buddy for work? The answer is a color, which is weird, right? But the story behind it is what makes it so cool. Why would silk work possibly mean a color?
The character is hung, pronounced hung, which means red. And the reason why is pretty amazing. It's rooted in history. See, in ancient China, creating a really vibrant, permanent red dye for silk was incredibly difficult. It was highly skilled labor. So the character for red literally became a symbol of that silk work. Some characters actually tell you a story.
And honestly, this just sums it all up perfectly. Stop thinking of characters as these impossible drawings. Start thinking of them like Lego blocks. You've got one piece that tells you about the meaning and another piece that tells you about the sound. You just click them together.
And that right there is the fundamental shift in your thinking. Once you have this key, you're not just a memorizer anymore, you're a decoder. You can look at a character you have never, ever seen before and make a really good, educated guess about what it means and how it sounds. The entire language just starts to open up for you.
So, there you have it. The secret formula isn't so secret anymore, is it? The system of sound buddies and meaning radicals is the master key. It's the tool you can use to build your understanding character by character. You've seen exactly how it works. So the only question left is, what are you going to unlock next?